Hello again, Kingston Town Administrator Keith Hickey with the latest edition of This Week in Kingston for the week ending January 19th, 2024. Hope everybody's enjoying the cold weather and the first snowfall that we've had. We've got some additional snowfall that'll be occurring Friday night into Saturday. So again, please remind everybody to keep their cars, basketball hoops, things of that nature off the street to allow our streets, and parks employees to do as good a job as they can with the plowing and the sanding and the salting and the snow. If anybody has any questions or concerns during the storm, please give the streets, and parks a call until about 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. And after that, you should call the police dispatch and they will let streets, and parks know what's happening. This past week, we had a Board of Selectmen meeting, fairly short, but just to tell you what's happening, we continue to work with the $1.1 million cubic foot request to remove gravel from a piece of property off Route 44. We had to table that because we're in the process of having some additional peer review done on that property, but that public hearing was tabled until February 13th. So anybody who's interested in what's happening off of Route 44, the public hearing's been moved to the 13th of February. The Board of Selectmen also heard an appeal from a Council on Aging member who had been suspended permanently by the Council on Aging Advisory Board. Ultimately, the Board of Selectmen, after deliberation and testimony, decided to reduce that suspension for just over a year until January 1st of 2025. Beyond that, there was the public health grant that we were a part of. Kingston was a part of the regional health grant that we've had now for the better part of a couple of years. We modified that a little bit just to remove funding requirements after the grant funds are gone. Once the grant funds are expended, if there are no grant funds that come forward, that grant project or program ends, the communities won't be responsible for funding that program without grant funds. And lastly, we had just a common victular license, for a new restaurant in the Kingston collection. So moving forward, we've got a board meeting on the 13th. I'm sorry, the 31st of January. We'll be talking about budgets a little bit, I assume, and nothing else on the agenda to note at this point. But I'm sure as the next couple of weeks work their way through, we'll get some additional stuff. Friendly reminder for people who are interested and have a dog, they can register their dogs now. It's $10 if your dog is spayed or neutered, $20 if the dog is intact. You can do that either at the town clerk's office in person if you'd like during regular business hours, or if you'd prefer to do it online. You can go to the Town of Kingston website. There's a link right on the front page for dog licenses, and you can license your dog online, and we'll mail you that license as soon as we get the application processed. Also, a few things happening at the library that I want to make people aware of. There's a local history interest group that's going to be meeting on the 25th of January from 7 to 8 o'clock at night. It's at the Adams Center, which is across the street from the library, at 33 Summer Street. If anybody's interested, the discussion this week will be the history of Kingston and the Civil War. So if you have any interest in that type of thing, please attend. Again, the 25th at 7 o'clock at the Adams Center. We've got a local history collection exhibit that's going to be shown on the 17th to the 31st of January at the Adams Center as well. The exhibit hours will be 10:30 to 12:30 on Mondays, 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. on Tuesdays, Wednesdays from 2 to 4 p.m. and Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. So if you have an interest, please feel free to stop by. It is free, and if you're interested at all in more information, you can either give the library a call or you can go online to the town's website to have some information on there as well. Massachusetts and the Battle of Gettysburg will be discussed on the 24th of February. 24th of January from 6 to 7 at night at the Adams Center. This will be a discussion that is led by expert Dr. Walter Powell. If you have any questions at all, you can email the Town of Kingston's archivist at the library. So if you go to the library website, you'll find his email address, and you can email him if you have any questions at all. If not, you're more than welcome to come by. Saturday the 20th of January from 2 to 4 at the Adams Center, there'll be a history of Kingston, the Civil War. The talk will be given by the Town of Kingston's archivist, Nick Katalis. We'll be discussing that. So looking forward to having him do that. And then lastly, on the 17th from 6 to 8 at the Adams Center, again, the history of Kingston and the Civil War. So if you're interested in that, that is from 6 to 8 at night on the 17th, and we'd love to have people stop by and learn more about what went on with Kingston's role in the Civil War. Things that'll be coming up in the future that people might want to be aware of. The Capital Planning Committee meeting is meeting. The Capital Planning Committee is meeting on January 18th. They'll be meeting periodically throughout the months of January and February to review the capital plan for the town. Those meetings are televised, and they're also recorded and rebroadcast. The Finance Committee has also begun to meet. They'll be meeting later on in January to begin their review of the fiscal 25 budget. So if you have any interest in that or comments, please feel free to tune in. You can attend either virtually or in person as well if you're interested in doing so. So with that, I want to thank you everybody very much for watching. Sorry for the challenges with the language today, but I hope everybody has a great day. Enjoy the weather, stay warm, and we'll talk to you again next week. Take care.